Hey Reddit.
Women who dated older men as teenagers that now realize they were predators. What's your story?
To date a predator. For more videos, like and subscribe.
My mother found older boys to introduce me to when I was 15/16. She would take me to coffee shops or sneak me into bars and charm her way with men in their 20s only to introduce them to me. I would date them, and she would get chores done around the house that she needed. Painted kitchen, fixed cabinets, roof work, stuff like that. I remember my best friend's mom trying to warn me and explain to me why it was wrong of my mother to let her 15-year-old date 25-year-olds. But I just thought I was really cool. It wasn't until one of them found me online and reached out a few years ago that I realized what she'd actually been doing all that time. And of course, none of these guys knew what the frick they were doing, so the house looked like shiz anyways.
Your mother was whoring you out for cheap labor? Jesus. Do you have a relationship with her today?
Your situation was so fricked up. But I need to comment cause that last line made me laugh so much.
He was my guidance counselor. I didn't realize how creepy he was until he proposed. The whole thing was fricked.
What guidance could this man possibly have given to anyone? Fucking weirdo.
The guidance counselor at our middle school had only girls. And a few most often. In his office. Door shut. You could feel it was off even though I was naive and knew nothing about nothing, and this was confirmed when I asked one why she was in there alone a lot and she looked absolutely panicked. As an adult, I heard he had been at the high school and they moved him because of some improprieties. Keep it creepy. 1980s.
I had sex with a 28-year-old when I was 13 and thought it was perfectly normal. He always complimented me, bought me stuff, and drove me places when I needed a ride. Looking back now, I can't believe I didn't realize how fricked up that was. To this day he can't find someone to date that's his age. I'm 24 now from what I heard from rumors.
You didn't realize it was fricked up because you were a child and your brain wasn't developed enough. Which is exactly why children can't consent to sex.
There's a scumbag in our town that dates all the town's 16-year-olds. My husband got beaten up by him for protecting scumbag's girlfriend from him. She was a classmate of his. Douchebag broke my husband's rib and kicked him on the ground. Luckily he got a short jail sentence and a 3-year restraining order. My husband felt terrible when it happened because we'd just started dating long distance and he thought it sounded like a weird catfishing story. Guy is 35 now and still dating girls who don't know any better. Frick you, Chris, you asshole.
I was 11 and he was 23. We didn't date, he had a girlfriend, but he would sext me and send me nudes. Eventually I realized it was strange and blocked him. Didn't tell anyone about it. I sometimes wonder if it's impacted me more than I would care to admit.
11.
I had a similar thing. He was 19 and I was 11. And he would always ask me for nudes, but I never sent them cause I knew it was wrong deep down. I finally got the courage to tell my friends a little while ago. Also, happy cake day.
As a father, the comments scare the shiz out of me.
If you leave your wife, stay involved with your kids. It was my mum's new husband that got to me around 8. Once I hit 12 I was having sex with teenagers and guys in their 20s in what I now realize was some stupid attempt at taking back control after years of abuse. This isn't even mentioning my crazy abuse of drugs during that time. And my current use of alcohol. Honestly, I just started reading the Gift of Fear book that gets mentioned around Reddit and it's a tough read. But it really does spell out how abusers groom victims. I do recommend it.
Teach your daughters that no is a full sentence. Also, that if they don't feel like touching other people they never have to. And that includes hugging family. Body autonomy. Being polite is rarely a safe thing for women.
I was 15 with a 21-year-old. He hung around youth group and made all us younger girls feel special with his attention. I was shy and quiet. Didn't stand out much. But obviously wanted the special attention that all the prettier, peppier girls got. He wasn't interested until he found out my mum worked nights and I was home alone. We ended up getting into a pretty heated argument and split when 2 weeks in. I still hadn't let him come over because I was terrified of what my mum would do if she knew I'd had anyone over while she was gone.
Male attention is a fucking superpower for girls that age. It's terrible.
Glad you stood up to him, but kudos to your mum for raising you right.
I was 15 and met a 30-year-old who was an older brother of a boy I met in group therapy. He used to tell me how complicated and mature I was, lol, so cliché. I'm now 24 and seeing or interacting with anyone who is 15 makes me sick. I felt so old then, but it's insane now how obvious to me that people that age are children.
I feel the same way. I'm in shock whenever I see a 16-year-old because they're just so young. I'm 32 now, same age as the man that took advantage of me.
I was 13 with a 22-year-old boyfriend. He made me feel special. Grown up, my friends were all jealous, tbh he was hot. A predator but a solid 10 out of 10. We met on Xbox Live, those were the days, and started a relationship. I was in my ugly duckling phase, so was drawn into it by the attention. No boys my own age seemed interested in me. I was bullied a bit and it was nice for a good-looking older boy to think I was pretty. He slowly pressured me into sex. Started with pushing me into sexual acts on webcam. To oral. Then full sex. He always insisted on filming everything because he loved me so much he wanted to only use our videos as porn. What I wasn't aware of was the fact he was showing all his friends and they made bets on how quickly he could get me to do something else. Whenever I pushed back, he always said, if I wanted to date a man I needed to act like a woman, otherwise he would find a girl more willing to have a proper relationship with him. He then tried to pressure me into sleeping with his friends. Started with a threesome, him included, then one night he asked me to just sleep with his friend. I saw his friend give him money, which is when I realized this whole thing was a lie and left.
Wow. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I hope you're doing well now.
As a 21-year-old with 13-year-old sister, I feel disgusted by this. I mean, you were a child and he took advantage of your insecurities. May he rot in hell.